Hey guys, KB here, debuting KB's Thoughts, which should be a vlog style, non-scripted video in which I just discuss daily thoughts and, current news and pop culture and things that I find interesting and want to talk about. So here we go. So for today's KB's Thoughts, I wanted to cover the news about the basically worldwide cancellation of the NES Classic Edition. Production had been cancelled in Australia, but it's also in North America and Europe, I've seen posted recently. So basically they're cancelling the production or distribution of it worldwide. Anyone who's tried to pick one of these up has, undoubtedly face the realization that they're quite hard to find. I personally, tend to stick to online shopping and haven't really been chasing one of these. I would like to get one if I can find one, but I'm not going to be waiting in an online queue for hours. And over here, they've seemed to sell out the same day they're posted online. So I just haven't been able to pick one up, and I haven't seen any at the shops. The reason I haven't really gone out hunting for one just yet is because I already have a boxed NES action set. I actually have two because I've got a loose one as well. I tend to not play them very often just because, I want to look after them, don't want to set them up and, all that drama. So I basically, if I'm interested in playing Nintendo, I more stick to emulators. So that's why I would be interested in the mini or classic or whatever you want to call it, because it does look pretty cool. The fact that it just hooks into HDMI, upscale graphics and stuff like that is pretty awesome, and it's all bundled together. You don't have to worry about games not working, and the game selection on there is pretty sweet. Basically covers, most of the titles that, unless you're a hardcore Nintendo fan, which I wouldn't classify myself as, you can stick to just enjoying what's there. So I'm not too sure what Nintendo's idea is behind cancelling the console. There hasn't really been much official word other than, the fact that they're discontinuing it for this year. So whether or not they're going to release another wave or, another version with different games in the future, who knows? They could just be trying to hype up, keep the demand going for when they eventually do re-release it. Hopefully it sells gangbusters then as well. I have heard rumors online about Nintendo maybe being worried about it taking attention off the Nintendo Switch, which came out, a month ago at this point. I don't really understand the argument that it conflicts with the Switch, because I think they're two completely different demographics. I think that NES Classic Edition is more targeted towards casual, older gamers who may have, nostalgia for the original system. Obviously, hardcore Nintendo fans already probably have their NES, or, they might pick this up anyway because, for collectors' sake. What I'd like to see Nintendo do is actually continue this into other old school consoles. Do a, Super Nintendo, do an N64, even a GameCube, I think would be, pretty cool. Obviously, you just want to stick to the top of the range games. I don't know about for those later systems, how many games people consider classic, but I'm pretty sure you could pick 20 titles, release it around the same price point, which is like $60 in the US and around $100 over here. Because that's a good price for the value that you get. And it seems like they sell well. I don't really know how a GameCube would do. I would have to assume Super Nintendo and N64 would sell very well. So yeah, I don't really understand the decision by Nintendo because the demand is still there. These things are selling out every time they come to market. I mean, I'm not a businessman, so I don't really, maybe there's more to it that I'm not seeing, but, I don't understand if there's something that, people are still clamoring to get, why you just don't give it to them. Considering, domestically and internationally, they sold, a ton of units. And they continue to sell out. It could be something where it's not cost effective to produce it, and, maybe the, the revenue isn't, exactly what they need to continue, producing it. But I'm, of the mentality of give the fans what they want. and it seems like people still want the NES Classic Edition. Thanks very much for watching this debut episode of KB's Thoughts. Please subscribe to the channel, hit like, and I'll catch you on the next episode of whatever I produce next. Thanks, guys.